and combine both of these types of assistantships, you can easily cover all of your tuition fee. Alright, so we are back with the second part of this highly requested video. Now, you guys really smashed that first video where I spoke about the Lester B. Pearson Scholarship offered by the University of Toronto, and it was absolutely amazing to see that video do so well. And honestly, this just keeps me motivated, guys. So just let those views keep coming. The one thing I would say, if you aren't subscribed to the channel already, please consider subscribing. It really motivates me to make these videos for you guys. But coming to part 2, in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about more scholarships offered by the University of Toronto, specifically for graduate and PhD students. And of course, all these are also applicable in some way or another for undergrad students as well. So there's going to be an abundance of just information coming your way. Let's get started. All right, so first let's talk about the tuition fee involved in both master's and the PhD program. Now, while both these programs are considered graduate level programs, the fee is slightly lower. It's not as much as like 50, 60,000 per year like undergrads, but it can also vary department wise. So for example, departments like computer science masters may be slightly higher than other lesser known departments, but on average, you can expect a master's degree to cost anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000 per year, and a PhD program to cost anywhere around $16,000 per year. But before you guys shut this video off and just kind of like crush all your hopes and dreams, let's talk about the scholarships that can actually help you tackle these really expensive burdens. And the first one on our list is the admissions scholarship. So all admitted students, now whether you're applying for a bachelor's program, master's degree, or even a PhD program, are automatically enrolled for something called an admissions scholarship. So the most important aspect of the scholarship is actually to get admitted into the University of Toronto. But this scholarship can vary anywhere between $500 to $15,000. So I would say the most tricky part here is just not knowing, because this is mostly a merit-based scholarship. Depending on how well the admissions committee kind of perceives your application, you can, expect anywhere between this range. And it isn't a small range whatsoever. So I would highly recommend you have other sources of funding, because unlike the Lester B. Pearson Scholarship, this type of scholarship probably won't cover all of your expenses. So needless to say, the most important aspect of the admissions scholarship is to first get accepted into the University of Toronto. And even if you get accepted, I'll put the number on the screen here of how many students get accepted each year. You're still competing against all of these other students to actually get a good amount of funding through that admission scholarship. Now, this is where I can help you guys. I offer the mentorship program, which is a personal one-on-one mentorship program where I help and work with you guys to build a strong profile. So not only can this profile help you get admitted, but it's really useful to stand out and show your best self forward to the admissions committee for such scholarships. I'm going to leave a link to the sign-up form in the description below. Feel free to check that out if you guys are interested. The second type of financial aid on our list is for graduate and PhD students mostly. Now, I'm calling this a financial aid and not scholarship because, we want to use the right terminology. Essentially, we're going to talk about research assistantships and teaching assistantships. So at a graduate level, when you're studying as a student, you can get a part-time job on campus as a research assistant in a lab that really revolves around the work that you are studying. So it kind of serves two purposes. One, you get to practice your skills that you're learning theoretically in class. Second thing, you get paid a pretty good stipend. You can earn anywhere up to $1,500 as a master's student or even $2,000 as a PhD student in a research assistantship position. The other type of assistantships that colleges usually have are teaching assistantships. This is usually where you would help a professor teach a certain course that they're teaching probably undergrad students. So like physics 101, some sort of like basic lab work, stuff like that. You'll be tasked with assignments like grading the papers, conducting lab sessions, and basically just helping that professor carry out that class for a semester or two. And combine both of these types of assistantships, you can easily cover all of your tuition fee. Now, I don't want to discourage all my undergrad students that are watching right now. It isn't uncommon or completely unheard of that, undergrads can't apply for this. I know a lot of undergrad students who have applied for teaching assistantships and even gotten in. It just makes it a little more competitive because colleges usually keep these positions vacant for master's and PhD students. So, definitely don't shy away from applying if you get the chance to. But something that's definitely a possibility for undergrads is a research assistantships. As an undergrad, getting some hands-on practical experience is just invaluable. And it doesn't harm that you can earn a ton of money that way too. So definitely take some time out and reach out to different professors and try to work on some projects that go around your core area of study. It can really help you out. So the question of the hour is, how do you actually get these positions? They aren't really advertised on the college website because then every single student would be applying. Now the thing is, what you need to do is, in the university's website, you actually need to find professors that have work or lab work around your area that you're interested in and start reaching out to them via email. You don't need to wait until getting accepted. You can actually start doing this before you even apply. Just start reaching out to professors, expressing your interest to join their lab as a research assistant. You can let them know what your hours are, let them know that you're flexible, and I'm pretty sure they'll, say yes. Of course, don't message like one or two. That's not going to help. When I was applying for my master's program, I reached out to well over 50 professors almost, and probably half of them replied, and I got a couple positions through that source. So definitely keep your, avenues open and keep looking for new opportunities. Of course, this doesn't mean that you just copy and paste the same email template to 50 different professors because, news break, they all talk to each other and they'll probably catch you and it'll just, ruin your entire chances of getting accepted by the university. But if you guys are interested in learning more about the right email template and how you can draft that perfect email, I've made a video on that topic, so definitely feel free to check that out as well. So if you guys are watching till this point, I'm gonna throw in some secret tips for you guys because, just to show some appreciation. The one thing that the University of Toronto has introduced, which is new over the last year, is because of the situation and, all of these lockdowns that we went into, they've introduced something called a tuition fee exemption. Now, what this means is if you get admitted, now remember, this is the most important part. You need to get admitted into the University of Toronto first. But if you get admitted, you can then apply for a tuition fee exemption, which means that you can study at the University of Toronto for up to 1 year without paying your tuition fee. This kind of like puts a hold on the tuition just in case your family circumstances have called for it. You can definitely find out more about this because this is a new program that they've introduced. Now, the second point and the second tip that I want to give you guys is, don't shy away from just like asking for what you need. If your financial situation isn't as strong as you would like it to be, just ask for that extra scholarship or financial aid or even that fee waiver for the application. All you need to do is apply and just write an email to the international office or the admissions office and request. Just the one thing I want to say is don't just write this bland email which says, "Hi, can I get a fee waiver?" Because that's not going to cut it. You need to explain what program you're applying for. You need to explain your situation in about one paragraph as to why you think you need a fee waiver. Like, understand this, the person who's reading your email is a person on the other side of that computer. So you need to empathize and make them understand why you need a fee waiver and what your exact financial situation is. If you can do this, you may even be applicable for one. There's a reason why they don't just put this on the website, because they want students and they actually appreciate students who go to that additional mile and ask for these things. So take advantage of all of these opportunities and keep in mind the top two secrets that I told you guys. if you're watching till this very point, smash that like button. Let's make this video go out of the park as well. Comment down below if there's any other university that you'd like me to kind of like tackle and give you guys everything you need to know in terms of scholarships and financial aids. I'd love to make more of such videos for you. And if you're interested in the mentorship program that I provide, definitely check out the Google form in the description below. One of my students, like, get this, got into Columbia University, and I was just so proud this past week. So, definitely take advantage of this program. It's not something like it's an online class or pre-recorded classes. You work directly with me. There's no other third person involved, and we kind of strategize and make a plan of actions depending on what your needs are. So definitely check that out. Highly recommend it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and take care. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.